Okay, let's hope it works this time. I've been trying to record this video for about 2 hours and this is my third attempt now and everything's just been going wrong, so let's hope it goes right this time. So about 2 years ago I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy and my life has pretty much not been the same ever since then. For a majority of people you can recover from Bell's palsy within about 2 to 3 weeks, but I am one of the unfortunate ones. When it first happened for me, I had just got a new job, I was in college, I was doing really well, and I remember I'd just finished celebrating my 18th birthday and I didn't ever expect anything like that to happen. On the morning of the first symptoms, I remember waking up with a really bad earache and a really bad ringing noise as well, and on my right side is the affected side, so it was in my right ear that it happened. And I sat in my bed and I don't know why I did, but I tried to make this like fishy kiss face. I still can't do it now, but I tried to just suck my cheeks in and I couldn't do it on this side, so I started panicking. I remember actually shaking. I started panicking and I ran to my mum's room, who is a nurse. So she looks at me and I tell her what's going on and she says it's probably an ear infection. She gives me some medicine and says you'll be okay and we'll go to the doctors tomorrow and they'll give you some antibiotics or whatever. So I try and relax, and whenever I'm having a bad day or I'm kind of like in a situation that I don't like or it's just not going well for me that day, I always want to take a nap, because a nap for me kind of like relaxes me and makes me stop thinking about it for a while, and then that way I can sort of carry on with the rest of my day. So that's what I did. I took a nap, and when I woke up it was not any better. I remember the numbness started getting, not worse, like incredibly worse, but I could feel that it was getting a bit numb more and more. So I text one of my friends who used to always get earaches and I asked her, whenever you got your earaches, did you ever have like a numbness on the on any of your cheeks or any side of your face? And she was like, no, that's never happened to me. And even the right side of my tongue, like split down the middle, the right side was completely numb and I couldn't taste anything. So I went to bed that evening, and then when I woke up the next morning, I woke up and I just ran down to my mum, who'd just come in from a night shift, and I said to her, we need to go to the doctors now, we need to go to the emergency room, we need to do something right now. Because my sister had just looked at me as well when she woke up and she realised that my face had started to droop, and I could feel it too. It was definitely drooping and it was like getting harder to talk. So then she drove me. We didn't go to the hospital, we went to the emergency, it's like the walk-in centres, it's like that. So we didn't have to book an appointment, we just walked in, but we did have to sit there for hours. And I remember during them hours I was like thinking in my head, oh my god, what's happening? So finally we get seen by this doctor, and as soon as she looks at me and I tell her what's happening, she immediately goes, yeah, it's Bell's palsy. And she reassures me that I'll recover in 2 weeks time, and she gives me a whole like printed pages of information all about Bell's palsy, and she prescribed prednisone something like that, and antivirals, and I was to take them for 2 weeks. And I took the medicine like religiously because I wanted to get better, and it did work. It worked for a while. It worked for the 2 weeks that I was taking the medicine, until like once I stopped, so did the progress. So I didn't get any better, and it's been like this ever since for them whole 2 years. Emotionally, it took a massive toll on my life and my well-being and everything like that, because I was just constantly tired. But I don't think it was like actual fatigue, I think it was just tired from like depression. Not that I was ever diagnosed with depression, but looking back at it now, I think it probably was depression, because I never wanted to go anywhere. I stopped going to work, I quit my job, I stopped going to college and I didn't finish my course. Well, not properly anyway. So I think looking back at it now, it probably was depression, and I needed sort of I don't know what I needed. I just needed help, I guess. But I didn't realise it back then. I just thought I was sad and I was ill and whatever. And I remember before I left the job, I remember I'd hate eating in front of anyone during my lunch breaks. And my colleagues didn't really want to talk to me anyway. Like, nobody really talked to me that much. Like, it was awkward, really, to be honest with you. And even with the customers, because I was working in a bar. So I'm always talking to customers. And even some of the customers, I'd hear like a nudge and like whispering about my face. And it sounded like I was paranoid, but it happened quite often. And then I'd get people saying to me, oh, you are allowed to smile, you know. Because I would avoid smiling so that you couldn't tell that something was wrong with my face. Then I'd tell them, oh, I can't really smile properly, I've got Bell's palsy, and then they'd sort of look really guilty, as if they've insulted like a disabled person or something. Then that just goes to show the ignorance of like people regarding Bell's palsy. And to be fair, I didn't know anything about it until I got it. But yeah, people did definitely treat me differently, because I think people connect a facial disfigurement with a mental sort of like disability as well, which obviously isn't true. So yeah, I stopped going to work, and I remember when I'd eat as well, because my face was quite droopy then, I would like be dribbling or I'd spit food out by accident. And I remember my eye would sometimes cry just because like it would get so dry because I couldn't close it, and then I had to get eye drops just to help it not getting so dry and get it damaged or anything like that. And it was impossible for me to shut my eye completely. I can shut it now, but before I couldn't. And I was just a mess. I was crying all the time. I remember all the time I was crying. I locked myself in my room and just cry. Because you feel like some sort of monster, or I don't know, you just feel different. You don't feel right. You don't feel like you belong. And it was very difficult. And but I think the one way that I got through that was by makeup. Like, I tried to put on loads of makeup so that people would sort of ignore what was going on with my face. But through that, I actually found a love for makeup. Like, I actually started enjoying doing the makeup rather than just wearing it because I was insecure. I started wearing it because I enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed seeing what products I could use and stuff like that. And nowadays I just wear it like when I want to, and some days, most days actually, I don't wear makeup. So I've managed to turn an insecurity blanket or something like that into an actual love and a passion. And yeah, that brings me on to my next point about sort of finding your confidence again. And it is difficult, like even till to this day. When I first started filming this video, I looked back at myself, because I just filmed like 2 seconds just to see how the camera was set up. And then when I was watching myself, I felt really like shocked, because I don't really look at videos of myself that much, because I don't ever take videos of myself, and I'm rarely ever in pictures. I like taking pictures of other people and other things, but rarely of myself. And so once I watched the video back, I was shocked to see that's how bad the Bell's palsy looks, because it must be like this to other people as well. So I was kind of like set aback, like, wow, is that how bad I look? And then I thought to myself, like, it really doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, Bell's palsy could be a lot worse. I could have something that's fatal, or that's contagious, or could spread to the rest of my body, or whatever. But I'm so lucky that it's literally just a muscle paralysis, and that's it. Like, I can still eat now. I can eat, I can drink, I can close my eyes, I can do everything anyone else can do besides smile, and that's it. So I'm very lucky that it wasn't anything serious. But yeah, now 2 years later, I'm still trying to, you know, learn how to get on with it. I'm a lot better than I used to be back then. I would never have filmed this video the first day it happened, or the first week it happened, or even in the first year. I would hate taking pictures, like even with my friends, unless if I was forced to, like a lot of peer pressure. People were like, oh, come on, come on, come on. So then eventually I'd take. Yeah, that's my life with Bell's palsy. everyone else who I've known has recovered within them 2 to 3 weeks, and I do feel jealous, or at first I felt jealous and I felt quite envious and sometimes angry and confused why it wasn't me, but now I'm okay. I don't feel so, I don't think about it as much. Obviously I notice it every day because I have to look at myself in the mirror every day, but I don't think about it half as much as I used to anymore, which is good. I can focus on more important things and getting my life back on track and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope I gave you just a little quick insight. I know it's quite rambling quick, but I just had to get the video out as fast as I could. I will leave links to NHS website and any other like doctor websites talking about Bell's palsy if you want to learn more. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and keep smiling, and I'll see you next time.